Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Project Cars. I'm in an RGT8 in a very, very foggy Brands Hatch. I somehow qualified 4th in what I think was a wet qualifying session. You can see there are all sorts of cars on the grid. That's because this is the World Track Day Championship. World Track Day Showdown, rather, I should say. All sorts of makes and models on the grid today, competing. And the biggest difference between driving these cars I found in practice and qualifying compared to, say, the go-karts that we've experienced to date in our career, for example, or the Road TC Euros or something like that. Oh, hello, I'm having you. Is the fact that it's very, very tricky for me in this RGT8 to gauge exactly how slow I have to be going into a corner, because it understeers the hell out of absolutely everything. And I cannot win. I put the gas down too early, I end up going too wide. I don't slow down enough, I go straight on the corner. And I can't feel anything through the car to tell me that. The car just decides to go in a straight line. And that's very, very frustrating. So I feel like I have to be uber precise to get any performance out of these guys and to squeeze the maximum lap time. That wouldn't be so much of a problem if it wasn't heavy fog. So for that reason, I just want to taper everybody's expectations in advance. I'm aiming for a top 6 finish. Oh my god! That counts as aggression. I think that was actually a fair move if he wasn't ever so slightly argy-bargy, so I'm going to let it stand. I say that like I have a choice and I'm just going to pass him back straight away. There's another dude on my tail who I think I'm comfortably covering off. But when I say comfortably, I mean just by the skin of my teeth. And we will be able to go into lap 2. Now, during qualifying, I was consistently crashing out. Slowing down and taking a corner for turn 1. I was having great difficulty and I kept going off the track like that. I was finding it very difficult to find exactly the right line in this car. It's just incredibly frustrating. And I think there's someone on my inside. I'm looking for him. No, he's in my rear view. That's okay. I'm back down to P4. This isn't good. The line you have to take through turn 1 in Brands Hatch is really tricky because it's a cambered corner. And in a car like this one, where it's very, very twitchy under the brakes and you have to slow down quite a lot for the corner, it means you get into a situation where the moment the camber hits, it feels like your entire car is about to spin. And you want to panic and hit the brakes harder. You hit the brakes harder, you spin harder. So it's really, really tricky. And there's no easy solution that I found other than the kind of, oh god, not again, other than a little bit of a YOLO approach. And that doesn't always, unfortunately, bear fruit. This dude is deciding that that position is his, and so is this guy. Fair enough. We're going to pretend that wasn't a controlled spin. Cut track, go away. Like, actually go away, race control. I do not want to hear from you. Go to your room, and do not come back out again until I let you. This is potentially disastrous right now. I just can't actually get any traction in the corners. This thing loves going in a straight line. It doesn't do anything else very well. Look, I'm catching up to the guy in front, eventually. And as soon as I apply the brakes... Oh my god. I feel like a squirrel on ice skates. It's not a good feeling. Can I sneak in? No, I can't. Okay. But at least that was a better turn 1 than the last lap. I'm sure everyone will agree. This is a little bit of a learning experience. See, look how much traction I have out of the corner. Once I stop turning, it's all about this turning thing. I'll have you. Be super slow into the corner because I can't actually get any traction to do jack. But then potentially after that, zip away and feel comfortable. It's a very, very strange situation I find myself in. And I don't like it. I'd rather be zippy in the corners and have to defend on the straights than be constantly worried about going off the bloody track. This is a very different way of driving, and I'm sure, by the way, there's an appropriate way to drive this, and I just have to adapt to it. I haven't adapted to it fast enough, which is fair enough. But I'm not going to pretend that I can go from 0 to hero on this in half an hour. Hey, where did you come from? Mine. Ow! That was not me, that was somebody else. This isn't cool. I mean, great that we're getting this many cars here, you know, because it's like super exciting spectator sport and all that. Oh my god. and I've just let 3 people through. One of them I'm going to get back straight away. This is madness. I don't know how people do this. This is only lap 3 of 5 as well. The embarrassment is not over. You can tell I'm a little bit rusty. That was a little bit better. Am I going off the track on the left? I need to keep the foot down. Oh, God, onto the green, and that was literally as close as it can get. And again, braking, I have the advantage at the end of the straight. This car obviously has a lot of grunt and has a great amount of pickup off the corner. Look at that. I'm taking this. But in the middly twisty bits, not so good. Not so good. That was a good first sector time, and somehow I'm back up to P6. This is becoming a bit of a battle. A bit of a really, really bad, really, really slow battle. But, you know, excitement doesn't always come at the front of the race, Mercedes. So I really wouldn't worry about that too much. Let me just try and keep it on the grey stuff for a little while longer. Oh, God, as soon as I say that. Hey, he cut the track. I'm taking this. Ooh. That was close. And by close, I mean I'm going to find a way to take it. Brake! Brake! For dear life! Oh God, I only just barely missed going off on the edge. On that left-hand side. And that would have been another 4 places or so. Hey, someone's sneaking in there. I need to make sure he doesn't knock me into the brown stuff as well. That's not good. Alright, let me go ahead and grab that back. Excuse me, sir. And let's worry about you next. This is really, really tricky. Brands Hatch, by the way, I've been here in real life. I actually won a competition by beating a radio DJ at a Formula 1 race quiz many, many years ago. It won me a pair of tickets to come to the World Touring Car Championship weekend in Brands Hatch. I came here with my then partner at the time. She was great. We had a lovely weekend, and I was really into my photography back then. I was still doing my sim racing, and I really liked taking photos. So often you would, for most of the weekend, I was kind of hanging around the hairpin in Sector 1, taking photos of all the cars that passed by. And to this day, I still have some of those photos, and dare I say some of them are pretty good! As John anecdotally goes into the barrier. I say goes into the barriers. I managed to survive without actually hitting those. Oh, hello. I'll have you, though. We're going to pretend that didn't happen, and somehow we're down to P10. Well, that sucked, but it was a good story, so we don't even care. This is what happens when you don't play for a little while. Life's been a little bit crazy of late. So anyway, I was in the spectator stand, so like over here. I was in the pit area as well because you had a VIP pass. I remember we were guests of Chevrolet, and coming down as the car gets up into the first corner. Now you can't really see anything because it's so bloody foggy. As you get into this hairpin here, I was stood in the middle of that taking photos of all the cars that passed by. It was really lovely. So we started P4, we finished P10. Did I say I was aiming for top 6 or top 8? Either way, I didn't make it. You can see the different makes and models of the cars here. BAC Mono, we got a couple of McLaren F1s. I would have loved to be driving the Mercedes-Benz AMGs. They chucked me in the RGT8 instead. I'm not going to lie. I think it handles like a sedated pig. I don't know. It just didn't feel very good to me. I'm reasonably happy with that as race 1, but hopefully will improve, of course, as the series continues. So it's been a little while since we've been in Project Cars, but we are back now, and I hope you're going to be enjoying and following some of the action. Make sure you like and subscribe on the video, and I'll be seeing you guys next time for the next race. Take care.